Hey guys, let's talk about Foxy and also I guess, a little bit more of Linea today. So what I want to hit in this video is updates about the token generation event TGE for Linea, which is happening tomorrow on the 10th. So this will be a big thing for Linea, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum made by one of the co-founders from Ethereum. A lot of great connections. We'll go in little details about Linea and its backing momentarily. But I do want to pin this towards Foxy because Foxy, though it's just a meme, it is the meme right now really on Linea, and it is Linea's mascot. So even as more memes come out on the Linea network, Foxy's always going to be a strong part of it, and it's going to be main rewards token. I mean, it already is for a couple of their activities. And we're kind of expecting this to happen more and more over time. This is why I say everything that's good for Linea is good for Foxy. And this is going to be a big day where I've got no idea where price action is going to go for Linea or Foxy. This could be a good pump or beginning pumper for Foxy. I'm not really expecting Foxy to boom the next 48 hours, but it's going to be a good steady growth. And I expect this to be good for the next couple of months on Foxy because Linea is getting a lot of attention and it should. So talk about a little bit of the details about Linea. If you guys were involved at all in the TGE for getting the airdrops that are coming, and a little bit of details about Linea, where I think it's going to go. And of course, we'll hit a little bit about Foxy because I think we need to keep an eye on this layer 2 to get an idea of how Foxy is going to do for this cycle. And if you're at all interested in putting on for down the road, I'm not really big on memes, especially long term, but we might get in a little bit why I might look at keeping a little bit of Foxy in my pocket for down the road as Linea grows. But let's hop right in this video, guys. So tomorrow on the 10th, Linea gets released. That's what the token generation event TGE is all about. They've pushed this back several times because they were trying to time the market. So you have a guy that helped create Ethereum in Joe Lubin. He creates a layer 2 for Ethereum called Linea, and he's trying to time the market, and he decided to release now. Interesting. Right? It really lets me know that if you guys are at all uncertain about where the market's going, listen to this guy. No one's going to have more insider knowledge. If he was waiting for now to release his new layer 2 for a crypto he already made. So general, just good news for the market. Lets us know that we're on track. Just more indicators that we're on the bull run. We're moving forward. And I guess it's a little ironic on timing because I just released a Foxy video a week ago. And in it, I told you guys that Lubin, or Linea in general, was going to give us 1 week heads up when they are going to officially release it. And literal morning I posted that video, they announced that they have a 1 week. So I released the video a week from yesterday. Ironic timing, but hey, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen that morning that I released about Linea launch. So if you want to keep a little bit more update on at least the information that I have before I do videos, follow me on X. I will post things, and a lot of times the material that I'm going to share in videos do come from there. I talk about it there first. It's faster to put out a freaking tweet. Do we still call them tweets on X? Anyway, put that out versus make a whole video. Anywho, Linea. So we're going to generate the entire supply of 72 billion Linea tokens, jump off circulation, and of course they've got a little tokenomics setup of allocation. So at launch, about 13% of these, like 9.5 billion or so, are going to go into circulation immediately, pretty much from the airdrops, and they're going to be fully unlocked, which means this 13% is sellable right away. Now, this is a big deal and important to know for all of crypto. When you're having airdrops or token releases, I've said several times, dilution isn't scary, guys. People put way too much fear thinking that if you put out tokens, it decreases the price of all the tokens, which is hogwash. It increases the market cap. But this is a new crypto. So there's going to be a lot of tokens released. There could be some selling pressure because when people get free tokens, some people are going to sell. Right? You're going to have people who are invested into Linea as the ecosystem. They're more likely to hold on to it. And since people had to earn these tokens, they had to actually integrate themselves into the Linea blockchain by doing all kinds of stuff, actually, from rewards, from answering questions, from putting liquidity in. There's all kinds of things you could do. They did this to help reduce the chance of selling pressure. But the reason why I'm emphasizing this is most crypto, when they get released, there's a vroom straight down from early selling. Linea did a pretty good job of trying to minimize this. We'll see how well it works. But like, there are no major early investors. They did it so that way this airdrop is for people who were active into the Linea network, not people who gave millions of dollars a year ago to buy tokens at a quarter of a penny. That helps greatly reduce selling pressure. So if you are in Linea or plan on staying in Linea, I think it's got a good chance of not plummeting right away. We will see. That's actually the sole reason I can get in Linea in the first place. I think it's going to be a great layer 2. We'll hit the backings briefly. But I always get a little nervous personally to jump into pre-releases and instant release sales. Just not the type of risk I like doing. I'll do other stuff. So 75% of the total supply is going to ecosystem fund for long-term growth. So everything from grants for building dApps and everything onto the ecosystem, liquidity, development of it. So for this big airdrop that's going to start happening over a 90-day claim period. So if you guys are already doing the Linea airdrops, you might already be familiar, but you have 90 days to make your claims. There's about 750,000 wallets that you have claimed airdrops. That's a pretty big airdrop, to be honest, which is pretty cool. And again, if you did previous interactions, you did farming, you can go into the Linea hub to go ahead and see what all coins you have to claim. And Linea's off to a good start. And they're going to help promote, again, Foxy. This is more of a Linea video, but it's good news for Foxy because Linea is going to go on a lot of large exchanges right away. It's a bigger deal to the crypto world that Linea is coming out than Foxy. Foxy's just going to ride the tails and benefit from this one. Right? Linea is, we know it's going to be on Bybit. We know it's going to be on Hyperliquid, OKX. It's not officially announced going to be on Binance, but it seems like in the next month, as early as tomorrow, or for the next month, it's going to get on Binance. The main reason is that Binance was heavily involved in the pre-markets with perpetual futures, having the Linea USDT, and that launched on September 1st. So they've got the futures on there. Spot listing is probably going to happen after or during this TJE somewhere, I said month, somewhere in the next 90 days. Right? I would think it's going to happen sooner than that. And Binance even has the history of jumping in on Ethereum layer 2s because they do well. Right? As soon as Arbitrum and Optimism came out, they came in and picked it up. And it's not a direct competitor like Base was. So I think we're going to see Binance pick up Linea very quickly, which increases the rate that Binance is going to get Foxy. Right? It's not a direct relation, but when there's only so many coins on the ecosystem, if Linea does well, they're going to pull it in pretty quick. So I'm expecting a Foxy listing on Binance before the end of this year. That's my speculation, my assumption, and I'm kind of holding pretty strong to that one. And it's going to be a great thing for when that happens because people like their freaking memes. And as Linea starts growing the next week, not even further than that, right? They're going to start releasing and announcing more of the projects and dApps and everything that they have. Foxy's going to be right on there. Foxy's the only crypto out there that is on Linea that people's actually heard of, which is great. And next meme season, it's going to hit well. So again, full transparency, I do not have anything in Linea right now. Decent chance I will into the bear market. I don't know. I really like Base, but Linea is new and shiny, and I guess I can get into 2 layer 2s, right? But if we look here at the backings, so these are not no names, right? You guys should recognize several of these. MetaMask, Aave, Chainlink, Circle, SharpLink, MasterCard, right? These are big names. Again, Joe Lubin has his fingers dipped in pretty deep into this. At best, chain for ETH Capital. Not too many people. This is braggable, guys. Tokenomics, no insiders, no extraction, just Ethereum. They keep the tokenomics very basic and simple. Nice, clean little website. So we click on Linea Build. We get here to the Linea airdrop. You can check your eligibility. You can come over here to tokens. And one of the first ones we have right here. Oh, look, we got Foxy down here. Huh? We got new gems listed. So this is where we can start seeing what coins are going to be right here on Linea at the beginning. And we don't have too much. Oh, Linda, that's cute. Haven't seen that one before. We'll see how that one takes off. If it does, you heard it here first, guys. Linda, which I don't even know what this is. Was that like a bear? Oh, Linea, it's a layer 2. I think it's going to be a pretty big monster down the road. We'll see what it does this cycle. It's always a little, I'll call it risky of releasing at this time in the market, but Joe Lubin knows what he's doing. And, you know, his biggest care isn't how well Linea does in the next 3 months. That's what investors care about. It's going to be, is it a good time for him to grow? Okay, it looks like it's a puppy. Sorry, shiny ball syndrome just hit me. Because Linda, there's a little puppy. Got penguins and foxes and everything. Yeah, I'm going to be spending some time here. So, short and sweet little video. Obviously, this wasn't too structured. Sorry if it was a little all over the place. But Linea's got big things coming on for this. And I'm expecting Foxy's going to ride the tailwinds for it. There's other crypto that's going to be coming out on Linea. So if you guys like new crypto, if you guys do like jumping on the new stuff, look at all the new layer 2s and the ones that are building. Like Linea is not the only one that's releasing crypto we've never heard of. All right, you can take a look at the SUI ecosystem. Have any of you guys ever hopped on actually XRP to see what's going on with there? Because they create a few things. So there's always ways to make money. Follow the big guys, see who they're related to, and you can, the small ones, pick your bets to see which ones fly behind it. But for everyone who got in the Linea TGE, let me know if you got into the tokenization event. I'm curious because I opted out of it. I just didn't want to put in the time and effort, but I'm curious about all of you guys who did. All right, guys, we're going to go for now. We'll talk again soon. Peace.